my name is Jennifer Flynn, and I am the Director of Education at Sylvan Learning Center in Claremont. And I'm here today to talk to you guys about our academic writing program that I teach through City of Diamond Bar's contract class program. I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of the class and then a little mini lesson with some exercises for the second half of the video. With that in mind, you might want a way to write handy. You might want a pen or a pencil, that paper, maybe your laptop or an iPad, certainly a comfortable space to write in. You might want to take notes or just participate in some of the exercises that I'm going to be giving you guys. Also, you can pause this video at any time for taking notes, and you can take as long as you need on the exercises. First, I would like to start with, what is the Sylvan Academic Writing Program? What makes it different? One of the things that makes it different is that it is something that is designed and customized for the student. We definitely try to focus on the areas that the student most wants to work on, most wants to improve on, and whatever their goals personally are for their writing. The program usually takes you through many mini lessons, making things into portions that are easy to tackle one at a time, that talk about different aspects of writing that will improve your overall writing, such as working on an introduction or conclusion, thinking about what an audience is, what author's purpose is, what a topic sentence is, what a thesis statement is, what the difference is between a topic sentence and a thesis statement. These are just some examples that might be covered in your customized Sylvan program. What's really special about Sylvan's academic writing program is that it gives you a lot of hands-on experience with actually writing. We feel that it's very important that you actually experience and go through the process of writing to learn how to write. It's one of the best ways to learn how to write is by actually doing it. And we take you through several different styles of writing. For example, you might want to work on a narrative essay, or you might want to work on an informative or an argumentative essay, something creative. There's several different styles that you get to work on, break down, think about how that particular style works, and actually get to complete a piece of writing in that style. Sylvan also has a supplemental portion of the academic writing program that focuses on English conventions, standard English conventions, also known as writing mechanics. These are what you would commonly think of as punctuation, grammar, spelling, just those details that really polish your writing and make it as smooth and working as well as it possibly can for whatever purpose you would like it to serve. Second thing I'd really like to talk about with you guys is, who is this writing program for? Well, it's for anyone, really. You might be surprised to hear that, but we take on students from 4th grade through high school all the way into college that want to work on improving their writing. And because the program is customized, all of those students get something that is really uniquely useful for them to improve on whatever writing that they would like to work on. What you can really gain from this program is skills that maybe I'm biased, but what you can gain is skills that can contribute to all walks of life, because communication is so key to working together in almost any field. Writing takes you through the process of organizing your thoughts, thinking about the details, presenting them in a way that achieves the best understanding that you can. And there's nothing quite like actually trying to put your thoughts on the paper that helps you to accomplish this better. Whether that be for school, if you're in grade school or high school and you just want to do better in your language arts class, your English, your history, or if you're looking ahead to college and want to polish that college application so that you stand out amongst the crowd. If you're already in college working on those GE courses, need to do those 2, 5, 10-page papers, you find them overwhelming and you need some help. Or maybe what you want to do is just work on your writing for your own personal benefit. Maybe you have stories to tell, maybe narratives, maybe memories that you would like to write down, to share with your family, to save, or to keep for yourself. Sylvan's academic writing program can definitely help you with that as well. And writing is just something to be a benefit to just about anyone. All right, here we go for our first lesson. But before we begin any kind of writing, I would like to take a moment to talk about your writing space. Now, some parts of this are kind of obvious. You do need a space that has all the tools that you need. So your writing utensil, your paper, your computer, but it should also be a place that is without distraction because writing takes time. So you want to put your phone away. You want to set your computer to a mode that is, you're not going to be exploring on the internet. You're not going to be tempted to be distracted. Maybe a little music in the background if you like it, but definitely set up your space in a way that is comfortable for you because you're going to be spending some time there. Another thing is that it really should be a private space. You also don't want to be interrupted by family, friends, well-meaning people. You need that time to work on your writing. The other thing you want to work on is your internal space. And I don't mean this in a metaphysical way necessarily, but it's so important at the beginning of your journey as a writer that you are not overly critical of yourself. Remind yourself that you are here to grow. You're taking on an enormous task, collecting all of your thoughts, and you're trying to put them into words and put that down on paper in a way that is clear and concise and organized. Don't expect perfection. Don't demand that you get everything right at the beginning. So, with that inner space and external space prepared, we're going to start with the first exercise. Is the quick write that we do at the beginning of our writing program every day at Sylvan. And this is my favorite part because in the first lesson, students always ask me, what should I write about? You can write about anything you want. The page is yours. It does not matter at this point what you write about. It only matters that you write, and that you write for a length of time. This is so important because writing takes stamina, and daily writing really helps build that stamina of knowing that you're going to quiet yourself, you're going to be putting down words on the page, and you're going to be doing it for a length of time. Writing also takes daily practice to really free up your words, to get really smooth and comfortable with it. Just like any other skill or any other sport, you can't just do it all at once. So for yourself or for your child, if you're using this program to help bolster your student or your child through their writing, you should really make a quick write a part of their daily practice. Maybe only 5 or 10 minutes of writing without editing. And this is crucial. You need to not be critical of your student or yourself at this point. This is not the time to tell them, well, this sentence wasn't quite right, or you really should have explained this or that more. The free write is just a warm-up to get the words flowing and to get you going. Now, you can write about anything that you want, but sometimes prompts are helpful. So I am going to go ahead and provide you with a few prompts to choose from and maybe make a suggestion of something that you might work on for your first lesson. Here are some writing journal prompts that we like to use at Sylvan. They are just suggestions of some things that you might write about to get the words flowing. Right now, I think I would like to recommend that you try number 1, because writing about places that you enjoy, that you have seen, or that you like to see is definitely something that inspires. Honestly, any of these writing prompts would be perfectly fine for you to use. So if you want to pause the video at this point so that you can take a look at them, write any of them down for later, pick which one you'd like to use, that's totally fine. I am going to go ahead and scroll this down a little bit so that you can see some more of the suggestions for yourself. Use any of these prompts you like, okay? Hopefully you spent a little time with your warm-up. You gave it maybe 5 or 10 minutes. You put words to the page. Give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. The first thing we like to start with is what we call the 5 steps of the writing process. We like to call those 5 steps, as you can see in bold here, pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. As you complete each step in this process, your writing will become better. So the first step, we start with pre-writing, and this is the writing before writing. This can include even the steps of just thinking about writing, choosing what you would like to write about, then maybe in the process of putting some words down on the page. It may not look like anything yet. The next step is drafting, and this is just the part where you would be trying to begin crafting whatever it is that you would like the finished product to look like. But keep in mind, much like with a work of art, think about your writing like a lump of clay. It is not formed yet. It is not shaped yet. It is not polished. You're just trying to get that lump of clay out on the page. Revising, this is where you would look at your work with fresh insight, with new eyes, and really be a little more critical now and think about whether it's working the way that you want it to work. Here's where you would make big changes. Things like, I want to add an introduction, or I think that paragraph 3 actually should come before paragraph 2. This is all part of revising. After revising comes editing. Now, a lot of people might confuse revising and editing, but they're actually separate steps. Editing is where you want to polish your paper and you want to work on any of those things that can be fixed up at the end, and they really should be saved for the end. If you try to be perfect with every sentence, with every piece of punctuation, you might get some perfect sentences that you end up deleting in the revising stage, and then that would be kind of wasting your time. And the final step is, of course, the most important one, which is publishing. Publishing sounds kind of scary, but really what we mean by that is sharing it with whomever you intend to share it with, whether that be turning it into your teacher or professor, or just reading it at the dinner table for your family, or submitting it to a newspaper, wherever it is that you want to give it to your audience so they can appreciate all the hard work that you've done. That is the publishing stage. And that is the 5 steps of the writing process, very briefly, but in a regular Sylvan program, we would be spending much longer on each step, really digging into what each step means and how you can come up with a finished, polished product at the end. So we're going to actually get to try some of the steps of the writing process. And one of the first steps in pre-writing, we sometimes use some outlines, some different techniques to brainstorm to help you kind of generate some thoughts. There are many different kinds, but today I thought we might try a sensory details worksheet, because often the first kind of writing that we like to try to work on is a descriptive paragraph, and there's nothing quite like using the senses to describe something. I'd like you to try it with me. I'm going to do a little bit of it myself. For a descriptive paragraph, I think I would like to describe my favorite place. All right, so this favorite place for me happens to be a place that I like to go on vacation with my family. It is on the beach and it is beautiful, and I'm going to go ahead and start working on this sensory details worksheet, and you can pause the video and work on it for yourself, describing something that you would like to write about. Trees, oceans, waves, sand, right? Something just like that, something as simple as that, something as easy as that, where you just write down things that you might see. So you see how this pretty much works. You're going to go through each of the 5 senses, and you're going to write down anything and everything you can possibly think of about the place you're describing using that sense. All right, so that is pretty much all you need to do for the pre-writing, and you can fill that out as much or as little as you like, but I guarantee the more you fill out this brainstorm, this sensory details sheet, the more you're going to have to be able to put in your descriptive paragraph, and the better it's going to be. Now that we have gone through some pre-writing, it is on to, that's right, you guessed it, the next step, drafting. Drafting is just getting some sentences down on the page. They're not perfect. We're not going to correct ourselves. We're not going to stop. I'm going to begin drafting my descriptive paragraph of my favorite place. There it is. Oh my goodness, so full of some spelling, some punctuation errors, doesn't really have a structure yet, doesn't have any kind of introduction, doesn't really have like a main point. I'm just kind of describing things. And that's really all you need to do. So hopefully this has given you some freedom to go ahead and start your own descriptive paragraph without being overly critical, and just try to put some of those sensory details into some sentences and see where it might take you. Now I have taken you through the first couple of steps of the writing process, but if you'd like to learn more about the next steps of the writing process and to get that first piece of writing you've already begun, finished, and ready to share with the world, why not sign up for Sylvan's writing program? Get some of those tips on writing a thesis statement, organizing your writing, polishing up those mechanics. We have certified tutors that are helpful and dedicated and just really love writing and would really love to work with you. Right now, Sylvan is also offering live online tutoring to give you the support you need right in your own home. So give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd love to hear from you. I hope you've enjoyed sitting with me and spending a little time writing with me today. I look forward to seeing you in our Sylvan program soon. This is Jennifer Flynn signing off. Stay safe and healthy out there.